You're not going to believe what just happened. While everyone's eyes were glued to Bitcoin breaking down and screaming that the bull run's over, pack it up, boys, we're going back home, XRP just unlocked its next level. And no, this isn't one of those recycled headlines, so stop with your negative thinking because this is BlackRock stepping into the chat. Don't you worry, I got the document and I got the proof. That's not just big here. This is a structural shift in how institutional money is going to be moving cross chains. The one final piece missing from this puzzle, and we just got it all figured out. Think about it. 60 billion in cross chain volume now tapped straight into the XRP ledger. Over 200 decentralized apps, tokenized real-world assets, stable coins, everything. And while the market panics over short-term noise, XRP quietly toiling, holding strength and waiting for the perfect moment. Spoiler alert, the moment's coming fast, and the second half of August is when the ignition point begins. This isn't just another update. This is the kind of play that flips the script. And if you're here early, which you still are, you already know how this ends. Welcome to the Bullwinkle Blueprint, folks. If you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are coming back for some of this amazing content, make sure you hit that thumbs up. We hit the 1,000 thumbs up on the morning video yesterday. As promised, we were going to announce the winner today in the YouTube video. So let's announce it. The winner, and I forget the exact name, but it is pinned to the top of that video. It was NG, I think, Apricot or Apron, something like that. If that sounds like your name, check out the top of the video in the morning. I pinned it. You're going to need to reach out to me if you're on Twitter, email, and just get a hold of me. And we'll figure it out. I'll send you the catalog, pick out the shirt you want, and we'll get it shipped on out. We're definitely going to be doing this again in the future. Look, you're supporting me. I want to give back to all of y'all. I think that is extremely fair. We support each other moving forward in this new digital asset class. And we put this out Sunday. Yes, this Sunday. That's the weekly close. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me. That could mark, or we might have already seen the end of this downward moment. But come Sunday, we will figure out if the bottom is in or if we revisit 308.298. It's that simple. Now, we called this before it was going to happen. Here's the chart that we put out in the private group. If you remember it, you've seen it. If you weren't a member it, well, I put it out on Twitter because this was a very important chart and I didn't want anyone to get distracted here. You can see the 5 waves. We were just entered the wave 2, which took us down between that 310 to 290 level. You see what comes next. This move comes next, and it starts in August. I am taking a guess at this, and no one has a crystal ball, right? And don't look at the time frame on the bottom. That is not the scale for the time. No one has a crystal ball when the move's going to exactly start. If I had to pinpoint it, I'm telling you the second half of August is what I am aiming for. We've been preaching the next 4 to 8 weeks are going to be life-changing, and they are. Our next move up gets us above into that $4 region. When that does happen, we will see another retrace where we are going to test the 2017-2018 all-time high around that 340 level, where we are going to hold it this time, and we're going to turn that into our next support region, which is exactly what we want to see and we want to do. After that, though, we make our move up to $5. This wave gets completed, and then we go even higher. Look, double-digit XRP, it's coming this year. It's that simple. We're currently looking at this for the chart on XRP. $3.15 is where we're sitting at. You can see the upper resistance on it's around 363, and we got lower support sitting at the 298 and around 312. Call it. Credible Crypto put this out. Bitcoin has finally broken down the lows as the price support zone giving up, and it's going away. Now we can finally get things moving again. So what is he talking about here? Let me break this all down for you. The lower time frame move, a necessary cleanup that the market needs from time to time, aka market makers getting rid of all those longs, wiping them out. Imagine, it's like pruning your favorite plant. You don't freak out. You know it's going to come back even stronger. But this is where it gets interesting. Because while Bitcoin's pulling back, some of your favorite altcoins out there, Chainlink, one of them, Ondo, Curve Finance, they held up like champions. Yeah, XRP took a little bit of a beating, but that's all right. That's okay. You know, we just had a massive move. So what we saw was A-okay. A lot of people that are new to crypto don't really understand why this has to happen. Well, the easiest and most simplest way to put this is what goes up must come down, right? We need to find new support levels. We need to take the old resistance and flip it into support, and that is what we are doing. So Craig thinks we're about to move up, and I'm with him. I think we're about to move up as well. Now let's talk about Ripple. Let's talk about the XRP ledger, and let's talk about BlackRock here. Let's take a pause and let's really crank up the volume. We're going to tune this all in. We're going to bring this together and you're going to see what's going on here. Because this is the kind of news that rewrites the rule books why most people are still playing the old game. I want you to picture this. The XRP ledger just got a turbocharged superhighway straight into the heart of every major blockchain. We're talking Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, Ondo, you name it, we're talking it. Every major blockchain out there, we just got a road into, a connector into, a major highway. That's how big this is, okay? All thanks to Wormhole. Now, we talked about Wormhole before on this channel. So now imagine if your money could travel like email. No delays, no middleman, just instant value transfer. That's not just a crypto dream. That's what this integration that we are talking about is all about. Wormhole isn't just some fly-by-night bridge. This is the bullet train of the crypto infrastructure. It's already moving. It's not like Wormhole's new. They're just adding the XRP ledger here. And they are already moving over $60 billion in value between 35 different chains. And it is used by BlackRock. Yes, you heard that correctly, and I'm going to say it again. It is used by BlackRock and Apollo. Remember BlackRock for a second because we're going deeper on this. We're talking about the technology that's moving at institutional speed, and now the XRP ledger is plugged directly into it. Here's where it matters. Because if you're building the next killer app, if you're launching a token, or if you just want your assets to work for you everywhere, this is your all access pass. This is like opening a store on every main street in the world at once. But instead, we're unlocking DeFi, real world assets, and cross-border value in a way that's as easy as sending a text. And just to put a bow on it, because we all know, it's like buying a new car. You get that fancy red bow on top, right? This is the infrastructure that is going to power the next decade of finance. This isn't about hype. This is about building highways that institutions already trust. Now let's talk about BlackRock here for a second, okay? Let's talk about other tie-ins that Ripple has to BlackRock through partnerships, okay? Ondo, the biggest one. Ondo Finance and tokenized US Treasuries, which trade under the ticker OUSG, which are on the XRP ledger. Okay? These assets are backed by money market funds that includes products that are managed by BlackRock. Think about that. Ripple is connected to Ondo here. Ripple has recently hired executives from institutions like BlackRock. Think about that. And those key individuals associated with Ondo and Ripple, they also have ties into Goldman Sachs. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, he has publicly advocated for widespread asset tokenization. Well, Ripple is actively building tokenization infrastructure, including support for decentralized identity on the XRP ledger, which closely aligns with BlackRock style's ambitions. Interesting, right? July 4th, pretty recent. Ripple's XDNA token debuted on the XRP ledger, which aligned with sovereign identity and geonomics use cases. Well, coincidentally, BlackRock, they unveiled that ETF in the same day for XDNA. Very interesting here, all these connections, right, everyone? You see how this is all coming together and all tying together? You see how BlackRock is being positioned here? So Ripple is positioning itself as a centralized infrastructure layer for real-world asset tokenization and digital identity, areas that align with BlackRock's broader strategic push. It's going to be very interesting how this all unfolds. Keep your eyes on this. All it's going to take is that one tweet from BlackRock. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. I'll catch everyone a little bit later this afternoon.